All right, what's going on this afternoon or this evening, folks? It's a lovely Memorial Day weekend. I want to welcome you to my channel. I appreciate you coming by, giving me your time, and your attention and whatnot, listening to me chatter on about whatever. Um, I want to talk about today in this video. I want to talk about why men going their own way, or that phrase MGTOW, is really not anything to do with women. It really is. It's only a detachment from the status quo. Men going their own way is about going your own fucking way. You prioritize yourself. You prioritize your faith. You prioritize your purpose. And even in that doesn't mean you're just out here being some selfish asshole. I still like helping people when I can. I don't believe in doing bad by people. I believe in keeping your word, being honest, a number of things. But it changes the way your life operates, and most people outside don't understand it. And, you may become frustrated explaining this to your friends. Like, guys, you know what I'm talking about. When you go fucking see your family, like, when are you going to find a good woman? I tell you what, B. You find one, let me know. Be careful with that, because she'll try to send you some old busted out 350-pound walrus. Don't do that, guys. But you see how people operate in the matrix for the most part. And I'm not trying to like say I'm better than or they're, like be condescending towards them. I once operated in that realm as well. And only by the grace of God am I sitting where I am right now in this moment. But men going their own way is really, it's most men, once they become like late adolescence, and especially by the time they, start hitting their lower mid 20s, a lot of guys, at least for my part, they typically settled down, got married, or had kids or something. And basically, for the most part, those men, their entire purpose becomes that family, which means that man has no damn time for himself. And we hear these terms like man cave, happy wife, happy life. And this stuff subconsciously programs men to accept us in like an inferior importance in the life of another. And this is why like men going their own way is such a fucking, like, it's such a invigorating position to take in your life. This basically, like, as I said, dude, I still deal with women, but it has nothing to do with women. Going your own way is really about putting you first. And a lot of times this, I've had to clean house in a lot of my own areas, like when it comes to people I deal with, like friends and shit, and even some family. Like, going your own way literally means going your own way. This other shit don't matter at all. It just doesn't. You are prioritizing yourself. You are prioritizing your goals. And most men don't truly get that time, and they don't understand the importance of it until they've been granted that, especially later in life, because you kind of look back at, say you're my age, you kind of look back and say, damn, I didn't realize how consumed I was by everyone else outside of me. Really. So when you realize this stuff, it really starts to change things. You start to adopt new, like, healthy principles in your own damn life. You start to shut doors to keep out toxic people. You don't even view most average everyday people the same. I mean, you know what it is, but you don't allow BS into your life, because once you've had that silence and that peace and that solitude in a lot of ways, you truly begin to understand who the fuck you are and what you need as a man. Coming from within yourself and from the Most High in a lot of ways, from our Creator. A lot of the things that sustain and make a man who he needs to be don't come from outside validation. They just don't. And if they do, don't even trust it. Don't rely on it, because it's dangerous. But when you start to do this, it changes your entire perspective. Like, you really see things a different way, and you see how many people truly are afraid to walk alone. That's number one. Most people in society are terrified of being alone. Seriously. Like I've had people even say things like, on occasion, like who are you with? What do you mean? Like I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't, like this is how far detached people are from this. And what's ironic is like, here's an example. Like I just took the cruise I went on, and I would say 30% of the cruisers on that ship were what they call solo cruisers, which is what I was. I went solo, which I was never alone. You're always in the company of people. You just have freedom to kind of, pick and choose and go and do your own damn thing. But you see how people are so reliant on the status quo, meaning they don't feel comfortable going out alone. They don't feel comfortable not having someone stand by them to validate them, even if they're not speaking. Like when a man goes out with a woman, he wants to go out with the most beautiful woman just so he gets the respect and validation from the other men and other women too. And honestly, men are just as bad about this stuff too as women are. Women will put anyone in that position if need be. But this is the thing, is like most people have never truly spent time with themselves and truly done the fucking work that they need to do that allows them to really truly blossom into something else. And once you like start to foster and nurture this energy within yourself and it starts to grow, you will almost do anything to fucking protect it. And you have to do anything to protect it. That means anyone that brings negative shit, don't even know. You ain't gonna tolerate no disrespect. You ain't gonna tolerate no BS. I'm serious. Like, you almost get to a point where you're sick of explaining it to people. And I'm not saying like explaining the red pill, but people that like when they come up to you, like what I just talked about. Well, when are you gonna find a woman? I suck at small talk and shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'll keep, one day, whatever. Which that's what I'm trying to say is most people are habitually like judging you, sizing you up based on the things that we've let go of as MGTOW men in a lot of ways, the things that we've left behind. But the things that the things that I am able to achieve in my own life now at this point were things I could have never achieved in a relationship where everyone else was the priority. Because it takes such a focus and attention and deep effort and energy on my part within myself just to do these things. Now, is it worth it? Fuck yeah, it is. But it's very delicate because your energy is not easy to build up from a low point. When if you come out of a divorce, and I've talked about it before, coming out of divorce, it probably took me 2 years. It took me some time to really to finally get my energy back up to a certain level. And I'm serious, but it was still delicate and fragile at that point. That's how precious it is. One person comes in your life and completely, you don't even realize, like, I've dealt with people like just being in their presence, things that I wouldn't have picked up on before. And especially like if I deal with a woman or something and I've been around a certain woman and I could just feel that energy drain coming from her. And literally, like, I'm trying to get out. Like, hey, it's been nice. I realize I got to get up in the morning. I'm going to have to cut it off because I could feel literally a drain in my own fucking energy. And what's the point of it? Why would I give that away to some Jezebel? Now, is this always a bad woman? No, a lot of women are unaware that this is what they do. And let's be fair, guys. A lot of fucking guys are the same way. There are a ton of guys that want the presence of other guys to feel secure in who they are as a man. And in my opinion, and this is controversial, is you are not a fucking man unless you can stand on your own. Period. If you can't stand on your own and own yourself everywhere you fucking go as a man by yourself, you ain't shit. Like, a good example is like when I was married, or like, anyone else that's married, you're always referred to as y'all or you two. And when she does something wrong, it's his fault. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about this, guys. The man's status and that man's reputation is directly attached to that woman. By not just within himself and his own marriage, but by everyone outside of it. So this is very key, like a crucial point. When you do decide to go your own way as a man, in like case in point where I am in my own life, people cannot attach another person to you. So basically, you're not out there trying to make sure that that other person is doing what they have to do to protect your reputation. That's a big energy drain in itself. This is why I say it. This is why I am the way I am, unapologetically. Most people I've really come to understand is that they're not good for you in your life, even if there's, this is not saying they're bad people. They're just they're all plugged into something else, and they're all seeking to be validated by each other in a lot of ways. So going your own way is important, I believe, as a man. And women come last, but they're still there. You know, and I'm not sitting here saying I got some harem of hoes. I don't have time for that. I do not have time to be texting, calling, trying to set something up, things getting canceled. Like, I deal with things casually, one or two, maybe three at a time. Three is a lot, but I'd have to spread it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be sitting here trying to maintain a fucking relationship or a commitment. Do I judge people that do that? No, I just don't. That's what going my own way is, meaning everything else is more fucking important. But guess what, guys? I made another video a few back that talked about a lot of women are doing the same thing, going their own way. These are single women focused on their careers and stuff, and not those boss bees with the attitude, but a lot of like successful women I can truly admire in a lot of ways. I don't know if seen the show, like Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul. It's a spinoff of Breaking Bad, and it's been on, like, the season 6 is on right now. But there's a woman in there named Kim Wexler. That's the kind of woman I'm talking about. She's a cool chick, by the way. Now, most men wouldn't want that, because I'm gonna tell you right now, Kim Wexler is not gonna get in line. You know what I'm saying? Now, their dynamic, Saul Goodman and their dynamic works pretty damn good in the show, at least. But Kim Wexler is kind of what I'm talking about. This is the type of woman I'd rather deal with, in a way. Like, she's smart enough to handle shit on her own and think of me too. I don't have time to sit here and be all that other crap, husband and protector and provider. No. These women don't want protection and provision. They just don't. They want no. And that's not a bad thing necessarily, but as I said, like, men going their own way, there's still there's no voids left in you when it comes to, there's going to be somebody there that fits your model and what you need in your life, and what you can, like, what time you can peel away from your average day-to-day routines. And same thing with her. And I have to deal with a woman I can respect. I've literally, like, I'm serious, like, I get in a car and these women can turn me off so quick. I mean, she put on one song. Let a woman put on some Megan Thee Stallion shit, bitch. She's done. Oh, okay, Thought Factory. I'm like, I'm serious. Like, women can turn me off so quick. Like, I cannot be, like, even hang out and spend time, waste my fucking time with a woman I can't respect. And this isn't me saying that I'm submitting myself to her. That's not the case. This is what I'm saying. It's casual. But there are women I truly do respect. I got to be honest. And these are respectful women who treat respectful men with respect as well. And with that said, this eliminates the majority of modern women, for me personally, because most modern women, you'll meet them and she's automatically going to try to ask you questions in the blue pill matrix. And this irritates the shit out of me. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? And guys, we all know we know the playbook. And once you know the playbook, you lose patience going over the same explanation with the same damn women. Basically, it'd be nice if there was a baseball bat saying, listen, bitch, I'm red pill. And I'm not saying don't tell them that, but you want them to know and treat you according, like, you know what the fuck it is. You don't judge her, but you don't want to have to go through the whole spiel of, like, I ain't playing this crap, and you know what I'm saying? It's irritating. I don't have time for it. So, with that said, going your own way is more than this. It's big. It's your entire life will shift and change and evolve and build itself around this model. And this affects everything in your life. You typically get to a place where you don't tell people what the fuck you're doing. You don't tell people where you're going. You live an ambiguous life because you don't want the wrong people showing up. Like, dude, there's been women that have showed up from my past. Like, hey, it's been a long time, but she thinks I'm that sucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already know what time it is. I'm like, God, like, in my mind, I'm like, you? No. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is why you have to move this way in a lot of ways if you're going to go this path, because you're going to have these, they're going to show up, but they're the wrong ones. And you won't deal with women with the same self-disrespect that you did before. You won't tolerate the same shit you did before. You are not that thirsty for fucking female validation as you was before. Because female validation it's not, there, no man should like get a dopamine hit when a woman validates him. Now, I know it feels good, especially if you're a simp. Oh, it feels great. But guys, it's a trap. She's gonna get you that hit, dopamine hit, give you a couple dopamine hits, and then she's gonna fucking pull it back. And now she controls your only source to that dopamine hit. So you've already given her your identity as a quote unquote good man. This is why you gotta be like, I heard another content creator, he coined, like, he said a term, like a quote that was like, treat criticism and compliments the same. Criticism and compliments are the exact same. Meaning you're not going to get an energy fix off a compliment, because a lot of times compliments are fucking flattery. It's a seduction technique to woo you to fucking sleep. And we know how these women operate, dude. So MGTOW is really, it's life-changing, because you'll start to see how far gone you truly was. Like, you were a shell of a man. And the longer you spent in a marriage or whatever, giving her that power, giving her that decision-making ability, repeating that mantra, happy wife, happy life, man cave, well, I got, being a simp. The longer you've been in that space, it's like when you come out of that, you are like a fucking kid. You got to be real. You got to be taken out there in the prison yard. And I mean, for real, you're going to have to learn all over again. It's hard. It's a horrible process. It's painful. But you'll start to understand you will move completely different. So men going their own way is, to me, is necessary. I will never turn back. There's no way. I will always go my own way. Always. I will never put someone else's purpose ahead of mine. Does that mean I'm selfish and I don't help people? Dude, I love helping people if I can. For real. I try to do right as much as I can. Now, am I perfect? No. But if someone needs something and they're honest and they're upfront with me, yeah, sure, no problem. If I make a commitment, I'm going to do it. But I don't move the same way. I just don't. I already know, like, I try to balance the score. If I ask someone for a favor, I pay them. I pay them. I'm serious. Like, usually I'll at least offer to pay, because I don't want to owe someone anything. Because, not saying that all people do this, but that way the score is 0-0. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like I've asked for a favor, As I said, there are a few people I would, like, not offer that payment or whatever when it comes to that, but these are people I've trusted over years, decades even. You know what I'm saying? These are people that it takes a lot, because there's going to be an outstanding debt in a lot of ways, and I'm not going to run up an outstanding debt with anybody. Like, it's going to be somebody that's close. But going your own way is a big deal. Like, it changes the way you do things. You don't spend unnecessary time fucking, like, not just pillow talking, but, like, what do they call that crap? Like, shooting the shit, but not just shooting the shit. I'm talking about, like, people just talking about the grass growing. Oh, God, did you see the grass? Like, like, small talk. I ain't got time for small talk. It's, hey, I'm always going to have to get to something else. It's just what it is. And some people will understand it, some don't. But you get to a place where you have to let that go, because people are going to have their opinions anyway. When you were a simp, people were talking shit about you. Even though you didn't know, they were talking shit about you. Probably more so than now. Now they're talking shit about you because you're doing better than them in a lot of ways. And they're envious. A lot of people do this. Like, I'm telling you. This is why you don't tell people your fucking plans. They're going to talk you right out of it. Dead serious. And don't ask for favors without being able to pay. Like, don't borrow money from people, like shit like that. You can't do it. Don't go and say, hey, do you think I should go to college? You know, maybe have that talk, maybe with your dad, maybe, and that's about it. You ask people what I should do, like plans going forward, don't do that. That's what going your own way is all about. Because being a simp, you wouldn't take that step without someone telling you it's okay to take that step. You realize what a dumbass. Looking back, I was like, God, what an idiot. What a weak motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was so tough back then. Dude, most people out here in society are plugged into something that you are not. But MGTOW is breaking the chains down in every area of your life. Women are not the priority anymore as they were before. They are probably 10th in fucking in priority, if that. Like maybe even like further back than that. I'm sitting here like right now, I'm not even thinking of tram. I'm thinking of my fucking football, man. I'm excited about this shit. I've been wanting this. Yeah, I don't even care about women, dude. I do like it sometimes, but it's a fleeting thought. It comes like I get an itch every now and then, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But it ain't no everyday deal. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't like blowing out through fucking paper towels and shit. That's just like when you were a teenager. It is nothing like that anymore. You start to gain control and give the bigger head more credit, at least in your own mind, and you start to trust and allow your big head to guide the way when it over letting your little head pretty much drag you in a fucking bad spot after bad spot, shacking up with the wrong hoes, you know what I mean, making horrible decisions out there, letting your little head like, damn, you got me here again. And you're like, God, I know I ain't. Anyway, your life changes in good ways. And I find a lot of times that people will come back around some, but they'll deal with you differently, and you have to demand that from them. Don't allow people to disrespect you. Be careful what you share and give out when it comes to what you're doing, your plans, and little personal details. Man, I found these motherfucking snitches too coming around fishing for fucking details about my life. Like, bitch, why are you asking? You know, I'll tell them straight, it ain't none of your damn business, you know? Why don't you tell me something about you? Who are you fucking? I'm serious. Like, I don't give that shit out anymore. It's no one's business. And man, but if you're gonna sit there and provide that information and be forthcoming, they're gonna take it. And man, they're gonna form a plot on your ass too. You can believe it. So, I want to say that one of the 48 laws of power, if you haven't read that book, read it, is that you protect your reputation at all costs, even if it's a bad reputation. A bad reputation and a good reputation are damn near like the same. But the difference is how much you fucking own it as a man. Seriously, bad reputation ain't always a bad thing sometimes. Own it and wear it with fucking pride. Whatever that is, protect it. Keep it. Make sure that you remain the man with a bad fucking reputation. Add to it. Make it worse, but maintain it. Now, that sounds reckless, but that's one of the 48 laws of power, if I'm not mistaken. But a bad reputation can be more powerful in a lot of ways, too. Fuck yeah, dude. A bad reputation spreads like wildfire. I'm just saying, and guys, like, I'm not saying be bad, but honestly, if you go your own way, in a lot of ways, people are going to say they're going to talk shit sometimes. Oh, you don't like women, or you don't treat women. No, I don't treat women like a simp. I've been down there. I ain't going that. Nah. You go ahead and roll the dice, Mr. Simp. What is this, 5th marriage, 6th marriage? Broken clocks, right? Twice a day kind of thing. Like, I'm just sitting here shaking my head like, are you shitting me? These motherfuckers wasting their entire life in endless and pointless situations just because they're afraid and terrified of being lonely or being judged as a person that goes their own way. This right here prevents a person from becoming who the fuck they need to truly be. Some of the best people in our society only achieved that greatness within themselves and the big discoveries and inventions they had when they were without nagging and some broad in their ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had to go do their own damn thing. Had to basically go their own way. Tesla, fucking Einstein, a lot of these dudes went their own fucking way. Let's just be honest. A lot of the figures in the Bible, same thing. The prominent leaders in the Bible were single men. Because really, when you give that up and you give up your being a single man, you're giving up your destiny in a lot of ways. Now, don't take that the wrong way. Like if you feel that's your destiny, do it. But understand, it will never be about you again. Now, that may be okay with you, but understand, you are no longer an individual in a lot of ways. It's always a group, and you will be last. So, with that said, will I ever roll the dice in that direction again? Absolutely fucking not. Would I change it for the world? No. But you will be cleaning house. Some people will judge you, at least initially. But as I said about the reputation, when people say something, you fucking own it. Did you say that about women? Yeah, I said it, but it's true. You know, you can't back off and sound like you're skeptical about your own ideas and what you are as a man. That's the thing, is like how much, that's what confidence is how much do you own your damn decisions? Whether it's right or wrong, own it. Who gives a fuck? Whether people think you're an asshole, own it. Yeah, I'm an asshole. Kind of thing. People will respect the fact that you own it, and that is you, and that's who you are, and they know it. They will see the authenticity in you through that, believe it or not. So, anyway, going your own way is a good thing for a lot of men. For me, it's imperative, but it has nothing to do with women in every way. It's just like, put yourself first. You are no longer out there slaving, taking out debt and credit to buy a bigger house. Like, I don't give a fuck about my house. The lights work, the fucking, I got internet and shit. Like, I got what I need. I don't need a bigger house. That's how men are. Why the hell would I fucking put that no. I've been down that road. I've had big houses. No, never again. But understand, women go out there and they fish for men based on what that man's crib. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because men won't have any excuse or reason to buy a fat crib, if you will. Now, listen, I ain't against having a sweet car. We like cars. That's what it is. It's a guy thing too. It ain't about women, dude. I don't buy cars for what women want. I don't give a fuck what she thinks. It's a man thing in a lot of ways. But at the same time, like, you're putting yourself out there fishing for the wrong attention when you start to show outwardly your inward progress, especially when it comes to your financial situation. You don't want your outward reflection to reflect your inward bank account. Let your bank account be huge and no one know it. Be like Forrest Gump. Don't be Forrest Gump, but you could be sitting on the bench waiting for the bus and be a fucking gozillionaire. That's kind of what I'm saying. Don't let no one know. It's no one's business. Let them be surprised. But as I said, those people don't matter anyway. They've just told you what they are. So, people are going to judge you anyway, dude. I'm serious. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening, a wonderful Memorial weekend. I want to give a shout out, my hat off, and give my condolences to the families of this recent horrible shit that's been going on. The Buffalo shooting and the school, like Texas school shooting. I mean, it's disgusting what's going on. And a lot of this to me is about, it's obviously men doing this, but it's men without purpose. And men without purpose are dangerous because they typically will go fit in where they can, or they have nowhere to fit in. But the thing is that desperation to fit in, that's dangerous. Because you got to get to a place as a man to where you don't care about fitting the fuck in. You have to have that attitude where they don't fit into your world. And that little simple shift in your mentality most men ain't gonna go in there and do what the fuck these dudes did. That's really what it boils down to me. Guys that never healed and guys that don't have any fucking purpose or any place to fit in their life. So, with that said, this is why I think it's important for men to never neglect themselves and just go chasing families and legacies. Now, I'm not saying that. If that's you, fine. But understand, you have to have at some point in your life personal time to develop yourself without any distractions. You will never be the full fucking, like, reach your full potential as a man individually without that, in my opinion. Now, can people come in and like truly help elevate and bring things out of you? Sure. Yeah. But you know that you got to have that silence in there too, and that time to reflect and come up with ideas and whatnot. It's important. And you got to seriously let go of that need to be validated by everyone in society. Like you're doing the right thing. He's such a good person. All that crap, guys. Let it go. So go your own fucking way. It's important. It has really nothing to do with women. But with that said, I'm going to go. I need to smoke. I'm going to make me a damn drink. Check this shit out here. I love these fucking things. I don't know if you've had these little shooters. They're like, next, I know. Yeah, quickie drinks. These things are fucking good. Like 20% alcohol. They're hard to find anymore. They used to have them everywhere. But anyway, yeah. Let's see what we got here. I want one. Let's see what we got here. See, they're like they're dual chambers, whatever. Like cream and something else. Anyway. Salute. Yummy. Nice. Have a great weekend. Salute to all those who've served in our armed forces and laid down their lives. Salute to all the veterans. We truly do appreciate you. We appreciate everyone that's out working this weekend. Firefighters, police officers, first responders, hospital workers, all kinds of stuff. Man, people are really working hard to make this country fucking continue to go. But anyway, I love y'all and I'm signing out. See ya.